Let's welcome on board Mr. Manoj Viswanathan, the MD and CEO at Home First Finance, to talk to us a bit more about that. Hi Manoj, good to be speaking with you. When we last interacted with you, you were quite confident of FY25 being another year of 30% plus AUM growth. And of course, Q1, you've already delivered 35%. You're expecting this kind of growth rate momentum to sustain? Are you expecting it to moderate a bit? Or then otherwise, you're going to increase your guidance?
Growth at this point looks pretty strong, and so we don't expect it to moderate. Probably will probably run at the same levels. And of course, if the schemes which have been announced by the government take off, then there could be further upside. But at this point, it looks fairly strong.
Sure, Manoj. Good afternoon. This is Vinny joining in the conversation as well. So yes, 30+% is what we could be expecting on the AUM growth front. But based on what you told us also when we spoke earlier, was that you needed to disburse around 4,500 to 4,600 crores in FY25 to meet this 30% AUM growth target. So are you on track for that? Is there anything needed on that front?
Yeah, that is correct. So if you see the current quarter disbursal, it is 1162. So even at that run rate, if you see, we should be able to cross the 4,500, 4,600 mark.
Okay, so that point is taken. But what about NIMs? Because they have been stable at 5.3%. Going forward, what will be the trend for the net interest margin profile?
So NIMs, I would like to draw your attention to the ROE. So we have actually delivered, a higher ROE than last quarter also. So 16.3 is what we've delivered compared to last quarter 16.1. So as we kind of lever the net worth, and the NIMs will gradually compress, but then we would like to keep the focus on the ROE, so which is continuously climbing.
Right. Manoj, let's just highlight a bit in terms of asset quality. I want to talk about both GNPA and NNPA. Now, they've remained quite stable over the last few quarters, so nothing bad in terms of that. But should we start expecting an improvement there? Any sign of that?
No, broadly, because it's a fairly steady and standard business. And we have been at this point 1.6, 1.7% GNPA for last probably more than 10 quarters. So broadly, you can expect similar levels. I mean, that is how this portfolio behaves.
Point taken. Overall, the budget had quite a bit of push coming in on Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. They are talking about 10 lakh crore investments over the next decade, thereabouts. Are you happy with the kind of allocations and the other buzz that you heard in terms of the budget talking about the land mapping, etc., bringing down the stamp duty? What's your takeaway from the budget, and do you think it provides the expected fillip then?
Yeah, all the sound bites from the budget have been fairly positive. In fact, there was reinforcement of the earlier announcement regarding the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana that there will be a scheme that is will be announced. So we still await the details of the scheme, but overall, most of the sound bites have been very positive for this sector, and especially for the affordable housing sector.
Manoj, I know it directly does not impact you, but I just wanted to pick your brain regarding the latest RBI circular which is coming on LDR. What do you think is going in terms of the rationale for the RBI? They have been fairly cautious when it comes to the retail, credit as well. Now they're expecting the banks to have more liquidity. Is it pointing to some sort of weakness, and are you anticipating any weakness in your asset quality perhaps?
I think the spirit behind some of these announcements is to curtail unsecured lending, and in most of their guidelines, most of their circulars, they have been fairly supportive of secured lending, especially housing loans.
Point taken. Thanks, Manoj, for making time and speaking with us. Really appreciate you joining us on the show.
If you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe to ET Now.